I'm just having a look at the cuttings that I took last week. Do you remember I bought an original and I took some cuttings, and look, we've got some roots. That one is massive. I hadn't even noticed that. So I've just been having a little look and I'm getting roots coming out where I didn't expect to get roots. Like there's one there at a little sort of joint. So I did try and cut them above joints thinking that that would help them root like right at the bottom. But they're rooting wherever they want. So I've got one, where was, I've just lost it now. There, yeah, you just can't see it, it's coming out the little side bit there. I've got a little root coming out the side here, but then the massive one's coming from way up there. And then that one hasn't got any at the moment. That one has got a little one up here. Got some down here. So the original is a success so far, so I'm really pleased at that. This is my string of hearts and I've got some little roots on that as well, so I'm pleased at that. The pelargonium is not rooting at all. The other one did, and I've potted that out into soil and looks good now. This one is not rooting at all. I don't know why. I've had this before, they just don't root. It's not dying though, so I'll leave it in the water, see what it does. This is a bit of a clematis that snapped off. No roots as yet, but some things take a bit longer than others. And at the palace last week, I brought home a little bit of Nepeta, which is catmint, and that's rooting really well, so I'm pleased at that. I've got a little jar here full of the Nepeta as well, and I did notice something was starting to root in there, or that one there. So yeah, that's good. Free plants, excellent. I can't grow Nepeta very easily. Nepeta is catmint, catnip, and all the neighbourhood cats come and roll themselves over it, chew it, flatten it, and basically kill it. So I'm thinking maybe I could put it up in a hanging basket somewhere. But if I've got lots of different plants, then at least I've got a bit of insurance, and I could maybe try one or two in a pot on the ground, as long as I've got some elsewhere to keep safe. So yeah, that's exciting that my little things are rooting. That is amazing. I'm going to leave them for another week and check them again. I'd really like them to have quite a lot more roots before I put them in the soil, just so that I know that they are happy and healthy. So I'm going to freshen up the water in my little jars here and pop them back on the windowsill. It's Friday lunchtime. I have been to the post office with all of my orders. thank you so much to everyone who's placed an order. I really am so grateful to all of the orders. They've all gone out, so I've just marked them all as dispatched in my Etsy shop, and I've now got that Friday feeling. I am so ready for the weekend. I can't wait to chill and reclaim back a bit of the lost weekend from last weekend. I have been to the supermarket hungry, which was probably not a good idea, but the sun is shining, so I bought like salady things, so that's not bad. I've made myself a really amazing looking lunch. I don't know if you would see it properly like this. Oh my god, even I'm excited seeing that. So this is a bit of the quiche from last night. I did take a bit of footage of me making it, so I'll pop that in a second. I love a salad like that. Is that a caprese salad with mozzarella balls and tomato and basil, fresh basil? And I made up some veggie couscous last night, just couscous with some fried off onion and tomato and some garlic and some herbs. And I've just got that cold today with some olives on the top and more basil, cucumber, salt and pepper, and a good drizzle of lovely extra virgin olive oil over it all, and a little bit of balsamic vinegar. I'm gonna go and sit outside in the sun and eat this. I can't wait to eat this. I have got some Friday houseworky jobs to do today, like I usually do on a Friday. I've already hoovered, already done the bathroom, so I'm already feeling like I'm winning at Friday. It's nearly 1. Joshua is going to his dad tonight at 4, so once he's gone, I think I'm just gonna feel very relaxed. Not that he's any bother at all, but just being on my own, it's just that little bit more relaxing, isn't it, not to think of someone else. So Tilly's waiting patiently by the back door, she's coming out too. I'm gonna go and eat my lunch. I'm cheating slightly in that this is actually yesterday's dinner, so this is Thursday, but I just wanted to share it with you and show you that it's not actually as difficult as you might think. I'm going to make quiche for dinner, so I'm going to make some pastry, short crust pastry. I'm going to use my food processor, but you can do it by hand. I think it's just so quick and so easy and so cheap that we should be doing it more often, really. And it's a great way of using up whatever you've got in the fridge as you're filling. So I'm going to weigh out my flour and butter. That's all you need. Generally the rule is 2 parts flour, 1 part butter. So for the 2 of us, I'm going to make, I'll be doing 2 separate quiches because I like loads of veg, Joshua doesn't, which is fine. So I think I will do, I can never remember how much I do. I should really write it down. Just depends what dishes I'm going to be cooking them in, really. Maybe do quite a lot because Joshua likes to have some the next day when he gets them from school. So I'll do 7 maybe. Oh no, we're going further. Let's do 8. Let's do 8 ounces of flour to 4 ounces of butter, and I am intending on having mine over the next few days for lunches as well. It is so good to have cold in the subsequent days after you've made it. So I need 4 ounces of butter. I would suggest using real butter, but to keep the cost down a little bit, I'm going to use half and half with just a spread. I don't actually think I've got half, there's not a lot left of this, but if you use real butter in your pastry, oh, you will taste it. It will taste so good. Even using half, you'll still get the flavour of the real butter. So I am definitely recommending that. You can use all of it, all of it as actual butter or all of it as a spread. It doesn't really make any difference to the pastry itself other than the flavour. So yeah. Right, I'm going to be short on that, so I'll just add lots of extra butter, real butter, so it will be really buttery flavour. Oh, I might need to get another one out of the fridge, which is going to be rather solid. But it is a warm day, so once it's been in the food processor, it will be fine, I'm sure. Right, I'm going to need just a tiny little bit of the new one. And into the food processor with both of those. If you don't have a food processor, you can do it by hand. You're just going to rub the butter and flour together to get breadcrumbs. And I'm just going to use my food processor to do that for me, which will take a matter of seconds. Once you've got fine breadcrumbs, you're just going to add in a little bit of really cold water in there. And I'm basically going to mix it until it forms a ball and it cleans the food processor bowl for me. You'll see exactly what I mean when it comes together. And that's what I mean by a ball that cleans out the food processor. Be patient with it and don't add in too much extra water too soon, because the heat of the air will melt the butter and that will make it come together as well, so you won't need quite as much water. I only needed maybe, I don't even know, 2 tablespoons, if even that. But it's a very warm day today as well, so I'm going to pop that aside for just now and I'm going to prepare my filling. You can pop that in the fridge if you want. I might just stick mine in the fridge actually. If you're using real butter, I wouldn't stick it in the fridge for too long, otherwise it goes rock hard and it becomes really difficult to roll out. Take me to the jungle, teach me tiger law, read to me a poem, sing to you a song, drunk in my devotion, laid out on your chest, student of abandon, with you I'm blessed. All at once in a dream, we are together. You could call it a vision or a tether. All at once I can see it put back together. You could call it a vision or a tether. All at once in a dream, we are together. You could call it a vision or a tether. All at once I can see it put back together. You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision. You could call it a vision. So we've got here Joshua's one with some tomato puree in the bottom and cheese, and with mine I fried up some vegetables that were in the fridge, onions, mushrooms, peppers, added in a little bit of pesto for a bit of flavour and some garlic, and there's cheese in there as well and some herbs on the top. Yummy.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. must be filled with smoke. And I will try to fix what has been broken and take this weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday ain't coming back. I'm gonna let the past stay in the cold. I will listen to the ocean.
Despite it being a really sunny and lovely day outside, I'm actually really cold. There is a chilly wind out there, and I find that my house does get really warm on a hot sunny day, but if there's a chilly wind like today, the house is quite cool because the sun's not actually coming in anymore now, and the front of the house, like my sitting room, is north facing, so the sitting room's always really cold, which is great in the height of the summer when you're outdoors and you're absolutely baking and you want to cool off. I just go and lie in the sitting room and it's so nice and cool. But today I'm feeling it a little chilly, so I've come in to get on with some work, and I've made a cup of tea in my lovely favourite gingham yellow mug. Every mug's my favourite, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, but I absolutely love gingham so much, and I just thought this was so like summery and pretty. They've got green ones and I was tempted to get one and put it away for Christmas. How cute would that be? Green gingham for Christmas. Yeah, I might still do that. Anyway, yeah, I've come upstairs, I've got a bit of sewing on the go, and I've got a few customers that I needed to get back to, so I'll do that in a second. While I remember, this is one of the other crochet blankets that I mentioned the other day. You said it was up here, isn't it? Just, it's really beautiful, and it's not something I would ever have put together myself. It's just a mishmash of colours, but I really, really love that. I went to the library while I was out at the post office. I finished the Storm Sister book last night. Really, really good. Enjoyed that one. It was due back today. And the library also had a request in for me, and it's the next one, the second book in the Ellie Griffiths series. This is the book about Ruth Galloway, who is an archaeologist, but she gets called in to help the police out with some of their inquiries when they find bodies, I think. Well, I've only read one, and that's what happened in the last one, so I'm assuming the same sort of thing happens. It's called the Janus Stone, so not sure what that means, but I'll soon find out. I am one of those people who judges a book by its cover, and I really don't like this cover. I don't like it because it's all tatty and horrible looking. Yeah, it wouldn't have never have drawn me in, so I'm glad that I enjoyed the first book. And I must admit, when I requested the first book, it showed me on the library's website which editions were available, and I chose the one that looked the nicest. So yeah, I've got that one to read now. I've ordered the next Seven Sisters book from the library, but she said there was a couple of requests on that, so it'll be a little while before I get that, which is fine because that will be another 700 pager, so I could do with a break from the big ones. And I've got a few books downstairs that I bought in charity shops as well, and I would like to read some of those. It's just nice when you're reading a series, or for me anyway, not to leave it too long between books, because I forget the characters and stuff, and I don't want to do that with, especially with the Seven Sisters books, because each story is sort of happening almost at the same time, so you get reference to an incident that happens in one book, and then the next story will refer to it from someone else's point of view. I really like stories like that, but this one, the Seven Sisters, kind of hints at something, but you're not sure what, so I think I'll find out in the next book what it was kind of hinting at. Yeah, I'll have to show you some of the books I've got downstairs as well. I got them when I went charity shopping last month or the month before, so yeah, I'd like to get reading those as well. It really is lovely and sunny, but there is a wind, so it was a bit chilly out, which is good because it makes me come indoors and get on with some work. But I just hope it's as nice at the weekend. I've got lots of little jobs needing done in the garden. Lots of things are now starting to flower, which I love. The blue, I know it's a perennial cornflower, I can't quite remember what it's called. Is it Centaurea or something? They're out. My first geranium's out. The peonies are almost out. A couple of those things need to be tied up and staked up because one of my peonies is falling over, so I want to rectify that and before it opens. And I sowed a couple more pots of seeds last night. I put out some sunflowers and cosmos and brachyscome from my greenhouse, and the slugs got to a lot of them, so I've sown some more in the big pots, and that's where they'll live, in the big pots with all mixed stuff. So I'm excited to see how those go. I do that every year and I think that they look great because all the seedlings grow up at the same time, so they're not fighting for space, they're all growing at the same time, so it works really well. And some of my seeds that I planted last weekend have popped up already. They look like cosmos to me, but they could be anything because I did sow lots of different things in all those pots and I didn't write down what was in them. I'll get a surprise when they grow. For this weekend, again, I may do a joint vlog Saturday, Sunday, just so I'm not doing a vlog each day. I don't have massive plans, so it will just be pottering about and hopefully reading, maybe crocheting, maybe a bit of gardening, sunbathing if it's nice. Basically everything that I wanted to do last weekend, but I couldn't because I had that migraine. I've made a bit of a connection there actually, and I've noticed that, I mean, I've always had migraines for like a few years now, and it's not just this that's caused it, but they've gotten a bit worse this year. And what have I really gotten into doing this year? Reading. So it's actually sitting there with my head bent over reading that's causing my neck pain, which is really annoying because reading is such a nice wholesome activity and yet it's causing me a lot of pain. And I read last night and I could feel my neck was really sore this morning. And I do try and watch how I read, how my posture and where I'm holding the book and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to have to be extra careful, especially given the rate at which I'm enjoying reading at the moment. The only place I don't get discomfort is when I read in the bath. It's like it's the perfect position, but I can't spend too long in the bath. But yeah, I'm just going to have to be really careful. If anybody's got any tips on how to read more comfortably in better position, let me know. I'm not really sure what else I can do. Anyway, I need to get on. Josh will be home in a little while, so I'll get some work done before he comes home and we'll catch up, have a chat, and then he'll be off for the weekend. I've just finished sewing up another couple of the basket bags. I'm planning on making things to put in my shop, and sometimes it's just a case of I get fabrics and I can't wait to see what they look like sewn up, but you can already see that I've done the pink spot and that gorgeous green floral inside. That is so nice. So this one will be heading to my shop. However, if you would like it, just get in touch and you can have it, and it saves me having to photograph it and upload it to my shop. I've got plenty of both of these fabrics as well, so if you'd like one or a different size one made, or a project bag made in these fabrics, just get in touch. But I love that. I think I said the other day I really love green, but that green floral really appeals to me as well, with it having the pink, because green and pink together are just amazing. So I'm just finishing this off, cutting off any loose thread. Something's gone a bit weird in that one. The end of the thread has got caught under the stitches, so I'll just tidy that up. And I've got one more to show you as well. I'll show you that just now. And I've had this other fabric for ages and I've made so many things with it. It is so beautiful. I was lucky enough to find it in charity shops a couple of times, and it's like a vintage fabric. So beautiful. So chintzy, isn't it? It's gorgeous. I've teamed it with this grey gingham. Funnily enough, I just mentioned earlier how much I love gingham, so I've got a few gingham fabrics as well for using for linings, and I just think that is such a nice combination. I don't think I've done that combination before for anything that I've made, but loving that as well. So that one is also available. That is a large one. Oh, so pretty. Oh, love. Right, so it's probably about almost 6 o'clock. I'm going to go and finish off hoovering. I've just to hoover the stairs, and then I'm going to sort out some dinner, I think. And I am really late to the party. I'm always late to the party. I don't even like parties, but I've just started watching Killing Eve. Have you watched it? I know it was out years ago and I didn't appeal to me back then, because I've only just really started to get into like police dramas and a bit of murder and the dark side basically. And yeah, Killing Eve never appealed to me, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm on season 1. I think I've watched 6 or 7 episodes, really enjoying that. So I'm going to get my tea and then I'm going to put my feet up and I'm going to watch some of that. I've had a really busy week. It's been a really productive week as well, which has been nice. So I will see you on the other side at some point over the weekend or Monday, whenever I'm back on the vlogs. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you for watching and thank you for your responses to my question and answers video yesterday. Seems you all enjoyed it as well. So thank you and I'll catch up with you soon.